Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something absolutely wild. It's this crazy intersection between reality TV and local Los Angeles politics. If you're a political junkie or just love pop culture, you're going to want to hear this. The source material we're looking at breaks down exactly how a former reality star is literally sending shockwaves through the political establishment right now. Let's get right into it. So here's our roadmap for today. First step, a surprising surge in the polls. Then we'll look at the look-around candidate strategy. Third, we'll cover the critics and some unexpected support. And finally, navigating the partisan divide. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, a surprising surge in polls. Analyzing the LA Times poll data. Okay, you've got to see these margins. They are incredibly tight. A recent LA Times and Center for Governmental Studies poll, which, by the way, the source notes as having the largest sample size so far, shows Karen Bass at 26%, Nithya Raman at 25%, and Spencer Pratt right there on their heels at 22%. Pratt is actually well within the margin of error here, putting him right within striking distance of the established incumbent frontrunners. It's a total dead heat. Now, to really grasp why these numbers are causing such a massive stir, we have to talk about how this election actually works. A top candidate needs at least 51% of the vote to win the mayoral race outright on June 2nd. And if no one hits that magic 51% threshold, well, the top two candidates automatically advance to a highly contested runoff election in November. So think about it. Pratt doesn't even need to win a majority right now. He literally just needs to edge out one of his opponents to make it to the final two. And the media? They are openly stunned by this. An NBC4 Los Angeles anchor, reacting to the very data we just talked about, called it almost insignificant between the three of them. That is a jump ball right now. I mean, it is a very real possibility that an incumbent mayor might not even make it to the November ballot. Crazy, right? Moving on to Section 2, the look-around candidate, and Pratt's core campaign message. So how exactly is he getting these numbers? Well, the source explains he's relying on what's being called the look-around strategy. Instead of debating, abstract political theory, he's asking voters to basically ignore his lack of a traditional political record and just use their own eyes. He's effectively saying, hey, don't look at my reality TV past, look at your present city. And when he tells voters to literally look around, what exactly is he pointing at? According to the source material, he's highlighting some very specific hyper-local frustrations. He points to severe homelessness and drug addiction on the sidewalks, even citing specific overdose statistics. He brings up deteriorating street safety and potholes. On top of that, he's placing a huge focus on the Pacific Palisades wildfires, emphasizing alleged city negligence with unclean dead brush and the massive insurance issues that followed, along with broader claims of corruption in city leadership. Naturally, a wildly unconventional candidate brings some intense skepticism. People are wondering, is this a genuine desire to run the city, or is it just self-promotion for a brand relaunch? An NBC News anchor actually posed that exact question to challenge Pratt on national television. It's pretty much the absolute elephant in the room whenever a celebrity runs for office. All right, let's head into Section 3, critics and unexpected support. Hollywood backlash versus family endorsements. We are seeing a massive contrast in reactions here. The source material notes that late-night host Jimmy Kimmel admits LA is a mess, even pointing out encampments right near his own Hollywood studio. But he still strongly urges voters to reject Pratt. The commentary actually points out that many celebrity critics don't even live in the voting districts they're commenting on. But on the flip side, and this is super surprising, Pratt's own sister, Stephanie, reversed her initial stance. She originally called voters idiots, but now she fully endorses him. So why the dramatic shift? Well, here is what she stated. He spent every day since the fires finding the facts, the mistakes, the negligence, and uncovering the truth they never wanted us to know. So, the source presents Pratt's behind-the-scenes, boots-on-the-ground research into the Palisades fires as the thing that's winning over even his harshest initial skeptics. And behind that reality TV persona, the original commentary aggressively highlights some actual concrete qualifications. Pratt holds a major in political science, he sat down for a grueling 3-hour policy interview on Joe Rogan, and he's reportedly secured a highly regarded deputy mayor pick, which TMZ confirmed. But maybe the most revealing detail about how serious this campaign has become, he now requires 24-hour security even for his kid at the beach because of severe threats. That definitely proves this is far from a fun, risk-free publicity stunt. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, Navigating the Partisan Divide, Local versus National Framing.
This campaign provides just a fascinating case study in how modern political narratives are challenged. The source describes how an NBC interviewer repeatedly tried to trap Pratt into a national partisan framing, specifically asking about Donald Trump. But Pratt, he completely refused. Instead, he continuously redirected the conversation back to his own framing, which is viewing a mayoral race strictly through local issues. The potholes on his street, the wildfires in his town, and the local governance that directly affects citizens' daily lives. In fact, when pressed on his relationship with the federal government and national figures, Pratt just responded with this: "I'm going to work with whoever I need to work with to execute the best for Angelenos, period." It's honestly a masterclass in neutralizing partisan traps. By focusing entirely on execution for the local citizens, he just refuses to alienate voters on either side of the political aisle. To wrap up our analysis here, it's very clear the source material presents a highly enthusiastic narrative of Pratt's campaign. The commentary describes him as an unbought, independent civilian, even going so far as to compare him to a Batman-like figure. Because he isn't tied to traditional political donors, NGOs, or the establishment machine, he's framed as this unstoppable outsider uniquely positioned to disrupt the status quo and expose systemic negligence. And this entire explainer leaves us with a massive, fascinating question to consider. Looking at everything we've just broken down from the source, how are celebrity influence, unconventional communication tactics, and deep local frustration permanently reshaping the landscape of modern political races? Whether it's in Los Angeles or anywhere else, the blueprint of the look-around candidate is something we should all for sure be paying very close attention to. Thank you so much for learning with me today. Keep asking great questions, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.